All right. What's up,
Damn,
Ryan?
that's good.
All right. So we grew up with Asian parents. They're both immigrants. They came here, did everything for us. So we're just gonna talk about what it was like up with them, right? So we're gonna start this. Growing up, were you ever close with your parents?
Um, I think I was up until like middle school-ish.
Yeah.
I think I was decently close with my parents.
hmm
Yeah, like just
Like, could you
I don't know, like
tell them things that how do you say it? Like, can you tell them things to them
like
without
like
being
kind of intimate,
yeah?
like
Well, in
secret.
a sense, like if you were like say you had a girlfriend, were you able to tell them, hey, I got a girlfriend?
Yeah. I mean, up to that point, not something like super deep or anything,
Yeah,
but
but you would keep
yeah,
updated. So
yeah.
it's relatively close. I say it's about the same for me. Like, there's like, how do I say it? Because my parents were always working as a kid, so I rarely saw them half the time. And most of the time when we got home, they're always tired. We eat and then just went with their day, say what's up. That's how now.
Yeah.
But compared to now, I'm a lot more closer to them. Obviously, I don't tell them everything,
hmm
especially with my dad. I don't talk to my dad like that because for some reason, every time we talk, we always butt heads, like our ideologies. But we always say what's up, you know. Then if he wants, he always calls me something. Like the funny thing is, this is how crazy it is, bro. Sometimes we're like, I'm like if I'm in the same house with him, I'll be in the room, right, and he'd be outside chilling, and then he would call me on the phone, be like, hey, you want some tacos? I was like, you couldn't walk up to me and tell me. So he'd call me and be like, you want tacos? I was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. But now, how close are you with them?
Oh man, I would say not that close. Now, no, because
Yeah.
ever since I moved down to LA
hmm
for college and then
Yeah.
I just ended up staying to work,
Yeah.
I just don't see them that often. I go back home at least twice a year,
Let me ask you
sometimes
this:
more, but yeah.
do you want to see them?
Not like every day or anything, but
Yeah.
like I think I wouldn't mind seeing them more often than I do.
hmm Or is
It's just kind of hard to
it's a huge
find the
distance.
time for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's a far distance too, bro. Well, how long would it get driving wise?
It's about 6 hours driving. Yeah, and then I mean, if I do a flight,
hmm
it's not bad at all. It's like less than an hour flight, but
It's the same price of the gas basically time. I feel like
sometimes I
yeah,
have to. It has to be on an off kind of season,
yeah.
but
Can't do like holiday
but the
season.
thing is, if I fly there, then I have to figure out somebody to take care of my cats, and then
Uh,
it's a little bit more complicated.
Having pets is
So
basically having kids, bro. All right. How strict were they to you when you were a kid?
I think they're pretty strict.
Yeah. So if you got in trouble,
Um,
let's just go for mom and dad.
mhm.
How would your mom react if you like did something bad?
She would take something away from me,
Yeah, so,
like whether
hmm
probably the one thing that she would mostly take away is like I can't play the computer, I can't play games or anything for however X amount of time,
Yeah.
or or like I won't be able to get a Christmas gift or something like
So
something
they're in
like
a way
that.
it's like Americanized way. Like that's how. Oh, your mom's more Americanized way of punishing, right?
Yeah, I would.
So for my
Yeah.
mom, she's a little more lenient, right? If we did something bad, she would always like beat us, but it'd be like a light beating. It wouldn't be like it would probably just be like grab by the ear and like come over here,
hmm
then talk to us.
Yeah.
That's how I'm a little stricter. But my parents were never like they didn't do what the American. Oh, you're grounded. Let me take away this and that.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, we were like, what is that gonna really do? Like I just wait it out and I get it back eventually. You know, that's how my mom did it. She'd pull us by the ear and be like over here, and then she'd slap us on the cheeks, and then be like, don't do that again. And what about your dad?
Dad was definitely different. He, yeah, he'd be the one to like spank my ass.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
No questions asked. If he heard it, straight to beating, bro. No question, no lenient. You know the moment my dad hears something, he's like, oh, we're fucked.
yeah,
Straight beating, bro.
yeah.
Well, it's cool. It really does teach you a life lesson not to
hmm
do that again.
hmm
All right. So, what was their view on your education? Because you know, like
Um,
every like, there's always like that stereotype, like, oh, Asian parents expect the best out of you, grade A's, best
Yeah.
class, whatever. How was your parents though?
They both had high expectation
Yeah.
for me, like get straight A's and whatnot.
Hmm.
Um, but in terms of like college,
Yeah.
my mom was a lot more supportive of what I wanted to go into,
Hmm.
which was like the fashion industry.
Yeah.
She was a lot more supportive of that because she knew that I was definitely more on like the creative side. Uh, my dad, on the other hand, is very by the books.
Yeah.
He just wants to make sure that I'm gonna be making good money,
Yeah.
be able to take care of myself, take care of my future family, and I, he's like started to open up a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I
Once
think
you get
he,
those gifts, right? Once you see you getting those gifts. No, but yeah, go ahead, bro.
yeah, no, he honestly, I don't think he really cares for luxury stuff
Yeah.
too much. But yeah, he was definitely like, oh, you should do this, or you should do what I do,
Yeah.
because I make good money. This is how much I make hourly.
Yeah.
This is what you got to do to get here, and like
Or they expect certain
it's
things out of you, basically. Yeah, that's like the
hmm
old Asian mindset.
right.
For me, it was like, oh, they were pretty strict on my education, but when it got to like college, they just told me, do your thing. If you need help, let us know. They would be like, you need help, let me know, blah, blah, blah. But for some reason, as a kid, bro, for some reason, I thought I was like the dumbest kid ever, bro. For some reason, so like it was when we first got to America, right? I was in what, kindergarten.
Hmm.
For some reason, I was trying. The assignment was trying to learn the 7 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. For some reason, I could not memorize them, dude. And my mom would always like beat my ass for some reason. At that time, I was like, I wasn't really care, but like, man, I could not remember the 7 days a week or thing. I could not remember it. My mom would always beat my ass for some reason.
Yeah.
And at that time, I was like, dude, I'm not that stupid, right? And at one point, my dad was helping me with the homework, and it says name, and it's like TAM, right? For some reason, I wrote the. I got a meeting, bro. For some reason, I think it's like I'm not saying I have ADHD because obviously I'm not gonna test for it, but like for some reason I was distracted, and it said name, and I knew my name, but for some reason I wrote the. My dad, who doesn't speak English at the time, he's like, that's not your name, dude, and he beat my ass. But my
No.
parents, they're really strict on education, but they're more outgoing. They're like, just do what you gotta do,
Okay.
stuff like that. But they
So
obviously
both of them were kind of on the same page with
somewhat,
that?
yeah. They're like, just make sure that you can take care of yourself. If it's, they know it's hard, because they've been here, they didn't go to school here, they know what it's like here,
Mhm.
stuff like that. But they are pretty tough on the education side.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a big one. So for our parents, did they like change, or were they willing to change for anything?
I think it was the same thing where my mom was a little bit more open to change,
Hmm.
like doing things that you have to do to kind of fit in or just
Yeah.
like assimilate to American culture.
Hmm.
Um, my dad is definitely more like by the books for sure,
Yeah.
more traditional, but I think he also has some aspects of him that he definitely opened up. Like he really likes like American rock music
Oh yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
He likes that. He likes American cars, and
He's willing to
there's
change.
definitely things that he picked up
Hmm.
from living here.
Yeah.
So
I would say my parents are usually like old school, so they don't like change as much. And then for me, it was like a lot of changes that I noticed. Like obviously, when I grew up, we didn't celebrate Christmas like that. We didn't have a tree. I mean, we did put up a tree, but we didn't get each other a present or anything. But it was the only time that they changed was when I first started dating my girlfriend. She's like, her family grew up over here, so they like to go with like celebrate Christmas, all that stuff, Thanksgiving, gifts, family gatherings like stuff. Or my family doesn't really do that. We like for family, we do come together sometimes to hang out, but we don't do like the Thanksgiving thing because for some reason my parents don't like turkey, all of that stuff. They don't like it.
mm,
But my girlfriend changed them quite a bit. But they're usually by the books. They don't like change. If you try to introduce something, especially so my sister, she's dating someone that's not Vietnamese, right? And my parents, they're not fully with it yet. It took my mom, like, man, the amount of times I had to tell my mom, like, hey, chill out. This is America,
mm,
It's like obviously it's like there's a lot more culture around here. There's a lot more mixing, right?
Right.
And it took me like a few months to like explain to her, like, and then she finally got it, right? But my dad, no,
Dad is
still not by the book. He literally told us like he doesn't like him, but it's gonna take a little bit more time because it's always like that, you know, like
Right.
when you see your kids, because we're not at that stage yet. But most of the time when you see your kid, they're basically growing up and you don't want to see it. That's how I think of. He's not willing to change yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So growing up, was there something that you wish your parents did differently? I can start with this one.
Differently.
For me, the one thing that I probably do differently is like my dad, because he's an Asian. I don't know. I think it's an Asian thing, but he likes to speak loud. Like his tone is always loud. So sometimes I don't know if he's like serious, he's chill, but every time he talks to me, my sister, it's always loud. And then over the phone, he's always loud. So I don't know. It's always confusing if he's mad or he's trying to talk to me normally. So it always confuses me. But that's pretty much the only thing I was probably doing. Everything was relatively cool. They took care of me, got everything done. That's the only thing. My dad, the way he talks is very confusing. But now it changed a lot recently too, where now he'll talk to you normally. He'll be like, chill, like you and me right now, we're talking normally. He can do that now, but before, man, every time we had a conversation, he was always yelling. So I was like, it always pissed me off. I'm like, dude, are you like angry at me? I'm not trying to butt head with you, you know?
Damn.
Yeah.
For me, honestly, there's nothing to know. I don't think there's anything that I would really change.
Like, or how they parented you?
Yeah, I think they did as best as they could. And the things that I went through, if those things didn't happen, then I wouldn't be in the place that I am now today.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think there's anything I would change about how they raised me or anything.
I don't think, same here. I wouldn't change anything like the way they approached it, because we turned out fine, you know? Because the thing at the end of the day, I think I know what's difference between like wrong, right, and stuff like that. So I think they done their job. So basically, it's up to me to make the decision after that. So I think they did a great job doing that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna end this. If you were to become a parent, would your parenting be close to what your parents were, or would they change, or how would differently, or would it be completely different, or similar, or like a mixture?
I think it would be a mixture of both of my parents.
Yeah. A little more understanding.
In this day and age, it would definitely be different, just because of how different it is now with all the, like, how kids grow up these days with all this technology, and like there's so many different things that exist now that we didn't have to deal with. But in a general sense, definitely like a mixture of both my parents.
Well, yeah, out of context, I would discipline them. I would discipline them the Asian way. I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna cut that out, but I want to discipline them the way my parents disciplined me. Because the way I always say it is, if I see my kids doing something wrong, and at the moment I look at them and I shake my head, they'll be like, "Oh shit, we fucked up." That's the way I want to do it. I don't want to get to the discipline part. I want to know, because at the end of the day, I want them to be able to like know what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah.
And then make a decision based on that.
Yeah.
So, because if I can show them like, hey, this is right, this is wrong, and they make a good decision, I did my job. At a certain age, my kids will be independent, so I want them to make like decisions like we do. I don't want to keep like holding on to them, but like, hey, where are you at? Blah blah. Do this and that. I want them to be independent. That's how I do it.
I got one for
Go for you, bro.
What's something that you've been wanting to do in relation to your parents that you just haven't been doing?
To be honest, there's several things, but one of them is I want to be able to talk to them and ask them about what was life before they had us. Because I know for a fact that our parents have so much stories. Like we have a bunch of stories. They have a bunch of stories. They told me about it. A few of them, but mostly it's mainly my mom that talks about it. My dad, he's more snippets, like here and there. I have to put the piece together. He used to tell me he used to do trains and stuff like that. And I was like, when did you tell me? First time hearing about it. Because when I was going down to San Diego for school, I would take the train, right? My dad would start examining the wheels, like, back in the day, I would have to put that back together. I was like, where did you get this idea, bro? And I'm already bored, and he's telling me, it's like, you couldn't tell me that when we're waiting for the thing. You told me while I'm already gone.
Yeah,
like I just obviously want to talk to them a little bit more, understand. Right. But then it's also kind of hard too, because like I said, for me and my dad, we butt heads a lot. So if I try to talk to him, we would butt heads. But that's why for me and him, the best way we communicate is always through food. Like every time I bring home something, he said, "Nah, this ain't good." And I'm like, "All right, cool. I'll try something else next time." What about you,
Okay.
boss?
Um, for me, since I don't live with my parents,
Yeah.
and like they're a good 6 hour drive away from me
Yeah.
now. Um, I've been meaning to like more regularly just call them up, see what's up, just
Yeah.
check in on them.
Yeah.
Because I think even my mom kind of was hinting at like, oh, you should call more often,
Yeah.
call me on this day every week or something like that.
Just say what's up.
And I've just been really bad at that. Like, it's not that I'm forgetting or
Yeah.
anything. It's just like I have so much stuff that I'm thinking of
Yeah.
that I just I really need to like make it very like a strict schedule. Like on this
Yeah.
day, I'm gonna call at this time
Yeah.
just to check in. Cause yeah, it's like I go like months without even saying like a word to my
The
parents
the other thing
sometimes.
is, I know how you feel because even if I try to text them, my parents don't speak English. They don't read and speak English like that. And I can speak Vietnamese, but I can't type Vietnamese. So every time they send me like a long phrase, it'd be like, "Dude, what the heck is this?" I have to Google translate it, and they'd be like, "Oh, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I can figure something out." And it's
Mm-hmm.
always when they send me something, I would always say "yeah," which is basically like yes,
Mm-hmm.
like a polite way of saying yes. But I can never respond to them.
Mm-hmm.
So if they say something crazy and I like something long, and I'll be like, "Shoot, I have to call them and hey, what'd you say?" Yeah, so it's not really a language barrier. It's like I know how you feel. Like it's hard to try to communicate with them
Mm-hmm.
being so distance.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So when you first started dating your girlfriend, right? How'd you introduce her? How'd they feel about when you first met?
Um, honestly, so they knew beforehand. I
Yeah,
told them like, oh, I'm dating somebody,
yeah,
and then eventually, like, a few months go on, and then I actually brought her with me when I
yeah,
went back to visit my parents,
yeah,
and yeah, I mean they're supportive. Like there's not too much backlash really, but I could tell my mom was kind of like a little bit iffy about it at the
yeah,
start, just because I actually never really brought home a girl
yeah.
before. Like before then, it was all just like I just never brought them home,
Yeah,
you
I
know?
know exactly. What you mean.
So yeah, it was just like a new experience. I think my mom was just kind of like not wanting her son to like go off with a woman, you know?
That's I had a similar concept with my mom too.
Hmm.
My dad, he's always cool. He's like cool. Yeah, but so when I first met, well, before we were dating about 6 months before he told either our parents. So the way I told her is that one day, because at that time my mom worked near the school, right?
Mm.
So I would just go over, grab the car, and then pick up my sister, take them home, and then do whatever I gotta do. And then I would come back later and pick up my mom. And then one time I brought my girlfriend along, and then she was sitting in the back, my mom was sitting in the front. I told her, "Hey mom, this is my girlfriend in the back." She was dead silent the whole ride home, bro.
Oh
She was like dead
shit.
silent, bro. It was scary, bro. It was really scary too. But now, luckily now she's super cool. She considers her a daughter now, which is cool. But
Hmm.
man, that was scary, bro. We're in the
Hmm.
car ride for a moment, for like it was like a 15-minute ride, bro. Dead silent, bro. Dude, I
Oh
was
shit.
nervous, bro. I was scared. I was like, damn. But now
So
she,
you didn't warn her your mom before she got in the car?
no, I was like, hey, mom. I mean, like, I feel like she's seen her around, but I don't think she knew, right? Or maybe she did. But when I introduced her, hey, this is my girlfriend in the back, and man, it was dead silent. But man, that was one. But then we've been dating for so long now, like she considers her a daughter, which is like, man, I love it.
Yeah.
Man, and then what about let's reverse question. How did your girlfriend's parents feel about you? They find
So,
out the
oh
same way?
man, so my girlfriend's parents, I think they just barely just now started to like kind of accept me. And it's been what? It's been like 6.5 years. And
Wait, my bad. They're
uh
Korean, right? So do you
they're
think
Korean.
it's the Korean mindset?
Yeah,
Nah,
they
figure
definitely wanted my girlfriend to date a
Korean.
Korean. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. It's like a
Do they?
cultural thing.
Yeah. Do they speak English though?
A little bit.
Okay, that's probably why too,
Yeah,
because there is a
yeah.
language barrier
Their
too.
English is not the greatest.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's definitely a. I'm definitely not close with them at all. So
Yeah.
it's still it's a work in progress still.
Can't wait to see that wedding, bro.
Yeah, it's it's interesting, but it's not the first on their side of the family.
Yeah.
There's one of my girlfriend's cousins
Hmm.
is dating a white guy,
Yeah.
and they just recently got married, and he's got tattoos as well.
My dad
My
doesn't like tattoos, bro. I'm gonna be honest with
yeah,
you. Yeah.
so my girlfriend's parents don't know I have tattoos still,
You
because
serious?
whenever I go over,
You
it's
cover
long
it up.
sleeves.
Oh, bro, that is
Yeah,
gonna be a
so
conversation, bro.
yeah, they
But
did not. It, there's a high chance that the second they see this, they will switch up on me for sure.
fuck, dude.
So that's why I've just been like, just not even trying. Just
Dude, you know
no
what would be
matter
really
what,
funny?
just long sleeves.
If you say you marry your girlfriend, right, and then
Hmm.
they still don't know about it, right? So every time you're around, everything you're always covered up, bro. The
Hmm.
moment they come over one day to visit the grandkids, bro, they see you covered. Do you ever
That
think
would
you're,
be crazy.
you ever think you're gonna break the news to them, or
I mean, eventually they gotta figure it out. It's like, but
you get one on your forehead, bro? Just to show.
I don't know for it now.
Yeah, but that's Asian parents for you, bro. Not wanting to
Yeah,
change.
they do not like tattoos.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think my dad is definitely. I know for a fact he doesn't like tattoo because my girlfriend or my sister's boyfriend, he's tatted up too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he does not like it.
Ooh.
But obviously, it's not like that. He doesn't like it. I think it's because he associates it like with like being gang members and stuff. But
Hmm.
it's because that's how they think. But I told him like, hey, it's a way of expressing yourself.
Right.
But me and my dad, if I told him that, we bump heads. Be like, what do you mean expression? I'm like, damn, I gotta talk to you like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I plan to get a tattoo. Maybe if I could show him, be more lenient. Like, cause I've never been to jail, nothing like crazy like that. So
Yeah.
like, if I can get a tattoo to show him, like, hey,
Mhm.
it's just an expression of yourself. Like, you know what I mean? Cause
Yeah.
it is a permanent ink and stuff like that. So, but
Mhm.
my dad does not like change.
Yeah.
It's very hard. Yeah. So I always bump ahead with him. So, but
Yeah.
that's it from us. Go talk to your parents, ask them about their life, and we'll catch you on the next one.
See ya.
Peace.